Keep your radio dial right here. You're locked into the hottest news station on the planet. Hot 702.5 in FM sound. Blazing today's hip-hop, R&B, and pop music. Keeping your radio on fire. Bringing you the hottest, realest, riskiest talk shows live 24/7. Live on hot7025fm.com.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Cheryl Underwood, and you're tuned into the hottest news station on the planet, Hot 702.5.
Hi. Hey. What's up?
All your favorite artists.
Check it out.
Say my name.
DJ Khaled.
This is Mila J.
Bruno Mars.
On hot7025fm.com.
Yo, it's Tavon Greatness Patterson. Want to listen to Hot 702.5 on the go? Download the Hot 702.5 app on the Apple Store or Google Play Store if you got an Android like me.
Let's get it.
All right. Welcome back. Oh, I didn't even notice I still got the work shirt on. That's why I go there. Fresh off of work, making some money, pay some bills that I try to do so well. Definitely don't like them, though. So if y'all ever want to pay some bills for me, I'll give you my Cash App or my Zelle, whatever you got, Venmo, PayPal. We'll make it work. Welcome back. Happy Wednesday, everybody. How are y'all doing this week? Another fantastic and wonderful Wednesday here on the hottest radio station on the planet, Hot 702.5 FM. So definitely appreciate that and shout outs there. Let's talk about, I always give a little introduction to how my week went. Anything exciting that happened or anything exciting that's coming up. And for the most part, I will say my week was a very eventful week. It was very productive. So if you guys seen or paid attention, I tried to stick to my word as best as I could. So if you see, you got the flyers been out for you guys. I've been doing my best as far as social media changes. If you will notice and recognize, all of the pages that did say talk is cheap have been changed over to choose your character. And of course, it's with a Z as well. It's got to be with a Z. I got to be a little creative when I do stuff. So any page you've had me on already, or if you do plan on adding me on any social media pages, you will only be able to find Talk is Cheap 702 on Twitter at this point. Any other page that was labeled as Talk is Cheap 702 was changed to Choose Your Character, and the way you spell choose is CHOOZE. I did it with a Z instead of an S for specific reasons. So definitely go ahead and find that on all of your social media pages. You can find it on pretty much everything: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter even has one separately for the Choose Your Character and one for Talk is Cheap 702. The reason why Twitter is the only one that's probably got separate is because that's an app I choose to keep separated from those pages from my radio show versus the actual business. Along with that, I did finally get everything done with, it's not an actual full website, but Square has an appointments calendar and app that you can download and use. So I will let you guys know that now. But you can now book with me through Square Appointments. Again, Square Appointments. And it'll definitely got all the information you may need there. Every service gives you a description for it. And if there's any other questions, comments, or concerns on what that service may offer, what it entails, or anything else that's outside of what's being posted on there that you want to inquire about, you can definitely reach out to me via email or phone. I did put the business phone number up there, which is a 702 number. That way you guys won't get confused about an 800 number. I'm currently in the process of getting my voice assistant, so sometimes there's phone calls to be taken. I'll be able to have a voice assistant to kind of take messages and things like that to help out. So stay tuned for that. That is still to come more. Also, now I didn't do business cards, okay? And I'll tell you all that there. I did something different. I have this little link bracelet. It's actually a pretty cool thing because what happens is I don't have to worry about business cards. It's kind of like how everybody has the digital cards now in their phones where you can just kind of like send it to someone. On my end, instead of me having to do that, I can just tap your phone, right? Once I tap your device, the back or front of it, you'll get a notification where you can go and see all of my things, all social networks, everything like that, to kind of give you an easier way to find and locate all of that information. I will be posting a QR code on the Facebook page today after the show. So you can always have that link there as well. So that way, if you do only have me on one, you can follow me on all social media and you can keep up to date with everything. Now that I'm kind of getting the details of appointments and, websites and stuff like that taken care of and built up, pretty soon to come. Not right now. It's not tomorrow, but within the next week or two, I'll start having a couple more things ready to make it a little easier on the business side for people to reach out, book things, and look at things like that. I've got all the pages and stuff taken care of now, which is great, but it is a lot, man. It's great because it keeps me busy. But when you have to be legit, and I like to use the word legit because some of y'all get these businesses and y'all run them into the ground, or y'all start doing fraudulent shit, or y'all just kind of like don't take care of the business that you grew, right? Me personally, there's a lot I put into this business, and I'm going to make sure I keep it going well. I don't really have a team yet, right? Because there's so much that I can do on my own. Having a team, I'm not going to say it's pointless, but it's just I need trustworthy people on my team, okay? I need to make sure that I'm going to be able to keep this business going and running without having to worry about somebody not wanting to do their part every 2 seconds because they feel like they got other things to do, which is better. My biggest thing with, something like this is nobody's ever going to have the passion that you have for it. So, for right now, of course, I'm going to put everything I can into this, but I'm just pretty happy that I've been getting everything set up and everything going. Again, pretty soon there will be a full actual website, which kind of presents a different page for anything I do. That way there's more interactiveness going on there, things to kind of look at and check me out, things I've done in the past, reviews. Everything is live on Google. You can actually leave reviews on Google if I've done a birthday party for you already before, or if I've hosted anything for you. I'd appreciate if you went and left a review for me just to kind of get things off the ground and running. Again, this is a great start for me. I'm happy that I finally went and got everything taken care of the right way. Now I don't just have to say that these are hobbies. I'm actually doing these to get paid. I'm actually taking care of business, and it is tough, man. You got to really be on top of your shit. You got to be very careful on what you do and how you do things. There's a few websites online that will offer to help you get an LLC, or help do everything for you. But be careful because some of those are, they still have other things outside of them that you have to do. Besides that they may look like they're saving you a lot of money, but at the end, you still pay the same amount. So it's just like, go to somebody that knows what they're doing. Be very careful with what you do. Be very specific in, what you have going on and what you plan on doing. And be careful out here. There's a lot of scams and stuff going on. And the last thing you guys need to worry about is scams. I'll be on TikTok and Facebook all day, and it's like all of these little short videos are telling you about how to get this kind of money for your business or get this and get that. And don't fall into temptation because it looks good, right? Well, that's what it is. Temptation is supposed to look good. Don't fall for it, though. Do your best to stay away, because when you have a business, you're representing more than just you at that point, right? You are definitely the direct image of the business, okay? So you already tainting that. You don't want to do it that way. You don't want to be fooling around and playing around with the business to make it seem like, you just did this shit for shits and giggles, because then you'll be fucked off. And let me tell you something. From what I hear and what I'm going through personally, it's so much easier when you're starting a business to start it off on the right foot versus and try to recover from a tainted name, faulty business, bullshit, so to say. It's very hard to recover from that because you lose a lot of trust in people, customers, whatever the case may be. And again, I'm not here to do any of that. I'm here to just make it right. But with doing everything, what I've realized is that it's very time consuming. Okay. There are some things I can get done while I'm doing my everyday life, but there are some things where I have to sit down and take some time apart to do it. Yesterday was Valentine's Day, so I did cook for the family, right? I made everything going on. I didn't get any free time until 11 p.m., right? That's when I was done. House was clean. Food was ate. Food was put up. Everybody's good to go. Kids in bed. Everything is straightforward. Typically around that time you think, okay, well, I was tired as hell. I wanted to go to sleep too, but I couldn't. I had too much to do. I had to get on the laptop. I had a lot of work to do last night, and I'm very proud of what I did. Again, it's not completely finished, and I haven't done everything I want to do as far as this business comes just yet, but I'm getting there, right? Progress. They say it's better to do something, it's better to do something than nothing at all. I think I said it right? Something like that. But pretty much what it's trying to say is it'll be better for you. Like, let's say if you were wanting to start folding up your clothes every time they came out the laundry, but it came out the laundry this time and you only folded 10 shirts instead of all of your clothes. Well, it's better to do something than do nothing at all, right? Looks what I'm trying to say here. But I'm very excited. Like, this is a great journey. I get to learn so much. It's like my learning hat is on again, and I'm paying attention. I'm soaking it up like a sponge. One thing it is, like, understand constructive criticism is going to come regardless. And here's another thing to that, though. Even though you have constructive criticism, don't let that taint your vision of your plan, right? You may have to find a different way to go about your vision, a different way to go about your plan, but don't let it taint it. Don't let it make you feel like, oh, I shouldn't be doing this. Because I don't think anybody that's ever made it big sat there and listened to somebody when they said, man, I don't think this is going to work. I'm here to tell you, well, you may not think it's going to work, but in my heart, I feel it in my soul, in my bones. I feel it there. I feel it's going to work. I feel it's going to come out. I'm going to come out on top. I'm going to be the best at this. You always got to keep that mindset, because people are going to always tell you what they can't see themselves doing all day long. I kid you not. I said all the time, you'll never be able to do all actual birthday parties and kids parties. You can't never take that seriously. That's where you're wrong. The reason why I have such childlike behavior and I'm so childish, of course, besides responsibilities. Here's my thing with that, though. I handle my responsibilities. I go to work. I pay my bills. I take care of my kids. I can be childish as much as I want. But I think because of that, it brings in my personality, right? It's what it shows. And nobody can replicate my personality. Y'all can try all y'all want to, but this is one of a kind, baby. I am the only one, you know? And that says a lot about people. For example, this shirt I have on right here, this shirt is it's for my job. I wear it at work, but this shirt is $64.99, so after taxes close to like $70, a little more than 70, something around there, like 71. I didn't pay for this shirt. I didn't buy this shirt. One of our customers bought the shirt for me. And it's just me being me, you know what I mean? My personality, talking about how, you know, he was another brother, you know what I mean? I just told him, like, you know, man, I wanted that shirt too, but the price was just a little too much for me. So, you know, I got kids and stuff at home. So, unfortunately, I can't get it right now. And that man went out there and bought it. He's like, oh, man, go ahead and get it. I'll get you one. Go ahead and get it. You know what I mean? Like, no hesitation, just to be genuine, just to help out. And I appreciated that, because it's like, shit, I wasn't going to buy it, but you bought it for me, and now it holds more value to me. Now I take care of it a little bit more, because it's like, well, shit, I didn't really spend my money on it. But the fact that somebody even thought to spend $70 on a random person because of how we had a conversation, a 2-minute conversation at that was pretty dope. That was pretty dope. But again, you know, when you are yourself and when you're expanding your talents, you know, you're trying to grow, it's all about the effort that you can take to put in there, right? We all know success wasn't built in a day. It's a one-way road with a lot of roadblocks that you got to get over, a lot of hurdles and jumps. And that's not to say to find an alternative route, to not go that way, to just give up on it. That's just to let you know that the road to success is hard. You're going to fail more times than you succeed in order to get it right. And it's okay for you to fail. Like, I kid you not. Failure is a lesson. It's not a loss. It's a lesson. You've learned what not to do the next time when you're going down that path. You know where to go and where not to go. One thing is with me, like, I don't care to take any kind of business loan out from anything right now for year one, right? I want to make sure I can get a steady customer, steady client base, right? Make sure I have steady work. Of course, I got a lot of tools on my tool belt, but that does not mean that I can just go ahead and, you know, have my schedule all willingly free and not worry about it. I still need to have these things on the time crunch, on the time slot, so I can still pick up my normal day-to-day life without worrying about anything unraveling. The biggest thing I was concerned about is scheduling and availability, and I'm glad that I did the square appointments, because it helps me with all of that. I ain't got to worry about too much. If I see an appointment, I go ahead and I see what's going on. I reach out, I get everything going, and then boom, I put the appointment in my actual calendar on my phone too, just to be safe. Even though Square does it for me most of the time, just in case when I don't hit that accept button in Square, and I'll just put it in because I forgot to, right? I'll still do it, whatever the case may be. But don't forget, man, it's not easy, man. It's not for the weak. There's been plenty of times where I done sat down at that laptop and, you know, I'm trying to create something new or change something different about it, or, you know, get something set up. And because of the time and consistency you have to put into it, you kind of want to give up sometimes, right? But that motivation is going to be you knowing you want this business to run and operate. Giving up is the easiest thing to do. I say that with anything. Giving up is the easiest thing to do. So that's something that I just won't do. It's something I refuse to. Sorry. Other than that, though, besides that, let's just get off of that for a while. Again, you know, had a great week, though. I told y'all, man, great week. Wonderful, amazing. Valentine's Day was yesterday, you know, so that I do want to get a little deeper into that, though, because there's some things that bother me about Valentine's Day, man. Y'all just y'all out here crazy and wild, man. I'm like, God damn, what's going on? First things first, I do want to talk about how mine went. Mine went great. It was amazing. It was nice. It was beautiful. I woke up early in the morning to give the kids their gifts before they went off to school. But I didn't really let them take it to school because we didn't want no contraband in school. You know what I mean? Like, we ain't got time for all of that. But they did get it when they got out. But I needed to make sure I was the first person to give them their presents. My son and my daughter, the oldest daughter took theirs, no problem. They was happy, they loved it. My youngest daughter, Miracle, she was still in the sleep as she was waking up, so she wasn't trying to hear that. I said Happy Valentine's Day and tried to hand her her present. She looked at me while I'm smiling. She looked at me, looked at the present, looked back at me, looked at the present, looked back at me, and she just say, no. She shook her head right on no. She wasn't having that. I was like, God damn, Miracle. You understand what it is? However, about 20 minutes passed by, and she's finally up, and, she comes into the living room. Now, I'm thinking her mom sent her in there to tell me to, come tell me thank you. But she walks in. She's like, oh, thank you. Thank you, Daddy. Then she gives me puts her arms out to give me a hug, and then she gives me a kiss. She's like, I love you, Daddy, and, proceeds to walk off. But I'm like, oh, your mama must have came and told you to say that to me, because, And I went into the room to put my blanket and pillow up, and her mom was like, I was like, did you send her in here? Because she just went in there and told me, I showed her the camera, what she did and everything. She's like, oh, no, I didn't know where she went to. I didn't know where she was going, but that's my baby. My baby love her daddy. She love her daddy for sure, for sure. So Valentine's Day was great for me and the family. It was pretty cool. I was happy that everything went smoothly, happy that my kids were excited. School went great for them. So all overall, my Valentine's Day was great. I had no complaints. But what I do want to talk about is y'all Valentine's Day. That's where things get interesting. I still don't get how we are still trying to find love in everybody else. And what I mean by that is I love myself a lot. Can't tell you how much because it's unconditional. That's all I can say about it, right? I don't need to spend Valentine's Day with another woman, to make me feel better or, to make me feel like I'm loved. Like, I have kids, I got family, I got friends. There are so many options out there for you to rely on. Like, there was once upon a time where, I would do a friends things with people. We would all celebrate together on Apple. Well, we would it's funny, but it's petty. We would get together as a group and just, go to these restaurants to eat so we can take up all the tables from the single people or from the relationship people. That's what we used to do. It used to be pretty fun. But I feel like that we can all find something to do outside of a spouse or a person we're dating or looking forward to. Here's what I mean by that. Like, everyone is so set on having that perfect date for Valentine's Day, that perfect spouse or partner. I love the idea of love. I love love itself, right? And when I say that, that can be to my children, to my family, to my friends, my spouse, whatever the case may be. I genuinely love love, okay? So when it comes to Valentine's Day, you don't have to just have it to where it's for a partner, right? You don't have to have it just, it's a significant other thing. Like I just told you, I did it with my children. Like, you don't stop because you don't have a spouse to go to. And the problem that I have with it all is you were all seeming like you were in like a deep daze or how do I say this? A depression over the fact that you didn't have a Valentine. And let me tell you something right now. As long as you're alive, you'll have a Valentine yourself. Go treat yourself. It's okay for you to go out and take yourself out to eat or take yourself to go get a cup of coffee or take yourself to see a movie. Like, you can take yourself on a date. I really believe, like, look at me. I think self-love is the best thing I've ever adapted. Like, seriously. Now that I know how to love myself, I'm only saying this to y'all because I love y'all for one, and two, I used to be that person. I used to be down bad and feeling all kind of ways because I didn't have a Valentine or nobody to love on and hug on and cuddle with and yada, yada, yada. Like, I ain't worried about none of that no more. I learned the true value of me and how much I love me. Like, I'm a dope motherfucker. I don't need y'all to remind me that I'm dope. I don't need y'all to show me that I'm lovable. I don't need that. So I can take myself out if I need to. I have kids, though, so I can always lean on my kids for that. But for the ones that don't have kids yet or, aren't able to, unfortunately, you have you. You know what I mean? Like, if you can't love yourself, why do you expect anybody else to? I'm just being real on that. As much as you want to keep downing you or downplaying you, everybody else is going to look at you the same way. Honestly. I mean, all my life, man, I used to just want to be the nice guy. I wanted to make sure that I got people to like me, to be likable, so that people would see, like, I'm just a good dude. I just want to have friends. I just want to be cool. But now I just feel like, shit, are y'all even worth the fact of being in my presence? Like, I'm a dope motherfucker, man. I really am. So is it worth y'all being around me? Oh, no, yeah, I ain't think so. Right, exactly. It's all about me. Because I'm going to love myself better than anybody else can, other than my kids, of course. But again, these are to the people that don't possibly have kids at the moment. But I know y'all have friends or family members, and it don't got to be your mom, your dad. It could be that one cousin you fuck with ever since y'all were kids. Growing up, you had this tight cousin. It don't have to be a certain individual for you to show them you love them. It could be a coworker for all you care. You know what I mean? It could be a coworker. Hey, who knows? But all of this feeling like you have to rely on somebody or you need somebody to have a great Valentine's Day, I think that's sick in the head, man. I think that's real sick. I'm going to be honest. Like, you don't stop having that thought process, because you don't. I feel like I only need myself to have fun. I feel like I actually, when I know it's just me, I have an even better time because I know nobody's going to fuck up my attitude, right? I'm just being real. So why is it such a necessity to have a partner around this time? Why is it such a bad thing? And this is going out to the fellas and the ladies, because we all get tax returns around here. If they wasn't with you yesterday, you make sure they ass at home when you get that tax return check too, because you know it's coming soon. Shout out to my parents. You know, they say the 15th through the 21st is when we get ours. It ain't that app ain't updated yet, IRS. It ain't updated yet. But we know you got it going on. You'll get there sooner or later. You will get there sooner or later. And here's another thing. How many of y'all have siblings? A lot, right? Y'all don't have sibling rivalries? You've never had to the point where, well, I'm sure you all have. We all have. We got siblings. You had a sibling rivalry. Just a quick funny story. I think it's funny. Y'all might not think it's funny, but I think it's funny. One of my siblings, I'm not going to say who or when or where, why. One of my siblings, Valentine's Day comes, and I like to stir the pot a little bit. I like to play with fire and see if the other person get burned. You know what I mean? So my sibling, now y'all know I keep the straightest face and I play a lot. And I know I play too much, but oh well, I don't care. My sibling invited a woman over. And I was like, damn, you said it was Valentine's Day week. But I know it's going to be another one every day. Hey, what happened to the one from last night? Now, mind you, the night before, my brother was at home not doing shit. There wasn't nobody there. I was just being funny, causing some problems, stirring the pot. But let's just say that me doing that, she found out that he was actually cheating, which, I mean, I don't agree with cheating anyway, so, oh well, that's his fault. He got caught up. But I feel like there's nothing else that one of my siblings can do to top that. I think at this point, when it comes to sibling rivalries, they can't do anything to top that one. I think I've got them beat. But I hear a lot of people talk about their sibling rivalries, and me and my siblings, we have healthy rivalries, right? And I say that because we know that we love each other. We don't really want to see nothing bad happen to each other, right? We don't ever want to see it. We may talk shit. We may talk crazy. We may do this or do that. But let somebody else join in that circle of my siblings and they try to come for one of us, then they get attacked by the crowd. It's a group effort, team effort here, right? A lot of people have these sibling rivalries and y'all don't have each other backs like that. I've witnessed y'all have these rivalries with each other, and you got your man joining in on it, or, your friend, or whatever the case may be, somebody you dating or somebody you talking to, or your best friend. And it's like, who the fuck are they for them to have power over your sibling? Like, where the fuck does that come from? You know what I mean? Like, where does that ever happen? I don't care who you are. If me and my siblings are having a rivalry, doesn't matter how bad that motherfucking conversation get heated or physical. The minute somebody else steps in to try to say something, it's going to be a problem. We're going to defend each other. I'm just going to tell y'all now. We could have been screaming that we hate each other the entire time, and it's still going to be a problem when you try to put your little 2 cents in. I'm just being honest. I don't understand the disconnect where y'all don't realize that y'all are siblings. Regardless of what's going on in this world, y'all are here to help each other out. Like, it's not to be one against the other, a bad thing. It's like, we're here to help. My favorite family is the Wayans family. They got on and they put everybody on. That's how I want to be. I want to get on and be able to put everybody on who deserves it. And I say that because some of y'all just already shown y'all true colors. Y'all have already shown y'all can't come with me to the top. Y'all have already shown it to me. I've seen it multiple times, day in and day out, and now I'm actually taking word to it, right? Taking heed of it. And it's so funny because the minute I start listening to that part to say that y'all can't come with me to the top, life has been elevating. It's like that elevator is going, taking its time, getting to where it need to go one step at a time. It ain't being rushed. It ain't being forced. It's not going out of control, out of sequence. It's going great. So, I mean, I'm happy about that. Some of y'all might not be, but to hell with y'all, right? It is what it is. Can't really say nothing about that. Oh, well. But I only talked about that sibling rivalry because it was just a funny story for Valentine's Day since y'all are all in y'all feelings about it. But I really hope that when next year come around, I'll see more of y'all going out to, I don't care if you post a picture of yourself out to eat, taking myself out to eat for Valentine's Day. I'm going to love that picture. You just, you're doing something to make you feel better, right? It's not always about somebody else. I always say self-love is the best love, and until everybody can, and again, it's not an overnight thing. It took me years to know and love the person I am today because I had to grow. I had to challenge myself. I had to quit bad habits. I had to, some habits that are bad are still there, but they'll be gone sooner or later. I had to learn discipline, self-control. And with doing all of that, I look at myself now and I just say, I'm a dope motherfucker, man. Like, no bullshit. I'm a dope motherfucker. Like, I've learned and grown so much in the past 5 to 10 years that I just look at myself and I say, man, I'm so proud of you. Because at the time that I was there, I didn't think I needed any working on. I don't think I needed to elevate or to grow anymore. I thought I was great the way I was. Comfortability. I was stagnant. And I had to get out of that. I had to get out of that. So I just appreciate the fact that I'm able to notice that about myself and I'm able to act on it without making it a big deal. All right. So another thing that I do want to talk about is actually, well, before I get into that part, let me get into this here. Because this will be kind of quick, but not really quick. So it'll be simple. How about that? There was an event last week on Thursday, which was the Let's Talk Love panel. And I'm telling y'all now, it was great to go out there and talk to women, right? Because and listen, she was dope, making sure, as a host, that when the men were to talk, the women were to just listen. It ain't no sound effects. It ain't no talking back. It ain't no smirks. No, none of that. Just listen and hear what has to be said. Because again, as me as a man, my biggest thing is I just want to be heard, right? I want to be heard. I want you to listen to me with the intent to understand, not the intent to reply. Okay? So shout out to her for making sure that we at least got that part taken care of. She made sure everybody had a chance to speak. But same thing for the fellas when they got up there, they had to zip it and listen, right? My biggest thing that I think is going on with that is, one, I just think that it's an issue on both ends. I think we're just not hearing each other, right? I think we are all listening with the intent to reply instead of the intent to understand. I will say that one thing I will say about it is, because I focus a lot on men's mental health, mainly trying to get them to go to therapy at least. And I just want to say this to clear the air, okay? Therapy, I'm not telling you it's going to heal every single problem you have. I'm not telling you that it's going to fix it all. What I am saying, though, therapy is a great gateway for you to start healing. Therapy is great for you to figure out where things come from or what's happening in your life and why it may be going on. It's a great stepping stone to get you to the next level. And I think that, we all need it, honestly, men and women. I fight so hard for men to do it because women are more prone to do it. They're okay with listening to it and taking that advice and taking heed. And I think a lot of men, we have an issue because we don't see a lot of us stepping up to the plate and doing so. I just think that's what that is. I can only do so much as one man to tell you about therapy and how great it is and how good it works out. I mean, like I say, I don't think I would have been the man I am today without even trying to attempt therapy and counseling. Because therapy and counseling surprisingly opened my eyes to something newer. Like sometimes I realized that I was given the wrong approach. Sometimes I was given the wrong attitude. Sometimes I was given, the wrong way to handle things. And I had to realize that about myself. I had to realize my bad habits in order to heal. Like I had to figure out what it was about me that's making these things happen. What am I doing to allow it to happen? And then, once I got there, it was a easier process to go forward. Now, granted, it was very hard, but I'm telling y'all, man, practice makes perfect. I'm telling you, The more you attempt something, the more you practice at it or you try to be better at it, the more you will get better at it, right? Like, for instance, when I first came on the radio, I don't think this would have been possible. Sitting here talking to y'all for 55 minutes, an hour straight without worrying about, damn, am I going to run out of something to talk about? Am I going to be able to keep the conversation going? Is it going to be some stuff they want to hear? Do y'all want to listen to this? And now you look at me and I'm like, oh, yeah, this is it. I got this. All right, this is what I'm talking about this week. This is what I'm going to talk about next week. I got stuff like that planned out because I know what I want to talk about. Sometimes I may change things last minute because I found something better that I want to talk about that day, or something in the news might have popped up that made me want to talk about that more. For example, like, I don't know why y'all went crazy last week over the gas thing. If y'all would have really did y'all research when they said that there was a pipeline burst, they said that we have enough to last until Tuesday, Wednesday, so we may be out for only a day or two. And now look at it, it's Wednesday, and everybody still got gas. It was just stuff like that is kind of crazy for y'all to sit up there and go crazy over without doing your research. Because the minute they said that, I didn't panic. I didn't rush. I didn't jump to the gas station after work. I went home and went in my bed. Like, I mean, it is what it is. I knew it was going to be some more gas because I did my research. Then the next day or two, y'all all want to talk about each other because y'all follow blindly behind each other to do something. No. That's accountability. That was everybody's mistake, right? It is what it is. Next time, do your research, follow up, and make sure you got the right resources. And please stop saying that Nevada had a gas leak. It was in California. The pipeline that burst was in California. That was just the one to supply Nevada for gas, right? For Vegas for gas. So let's get that right too. Again, it's all about doing your research. And I'm holding y'all accountable by telling y'all didn't do y'all research. Y'all just simply saw something on social media and y'all ran with everything. But I mean, hey, teach his own. It teaches on. But overall, from I got off topic completely. But last week from the event, man, I was happy to see that there is a disconnect between men and women. And it's really communication and comprehension. That's all it is. That is all it really is. The most simple things, easier said, keyword, easier said than done. But again, practice makes perfect, right? I want to give a shout out to all the women that were in attendance that night because they did exactly what they wanted to do. They were supposed to listen, hear us out, and let us talk and let them know how we can be loved better. And I just appreciate the fact that they were actually giving that ear to hear what we were saying rather than just trying to decide, how they think we should be loved. So shout out to all the women that were at the Let's Talk Love event last Thursday at the Pachanga Lounge. I hope I said that right, out in the Silver Nugget Casino. But it was, again, a great event. Again, the ladies right before me, Let's Talk Love, 4 p.m. on the radio show every Wednesday they here. So definitely y'all make sure y'all keep up with them too. But I love that event. I love everything it was about. I love the fact that it was there. I really hope that we have more. If we do, I'm definitely going to be there because it was great and it was amazing. It was well deserved. I feel like it wasn't being broadcasted or it wasn't being, how do I say this, a live shot of it, because I respect how she said it. She wants the men to be open and honest, and she feels like if there was a camera involved, it wouldn't be that way. So I definitely respect the fact that she thought about all things on how a man can go up and explain how they, can be loved better and vice versa with the women. She really planned everything out very well. She thought it out very well. Again, that was my first panel that I've been to, and I'll be back again for the Love Doctor. That was, man, let me tell you something. It was amazing. Definitely appreciate that. So shout out to her for that. All righty, now that I got that one out the way. Okay, so now I want to talk about ego in a relationship. Ooh. The reason why I brought this out afterwards, because I wanted y'all to understand self-love first, and then we can get to the relationship people. We dealt with the singles for Valentine's Day, now let's deal with the couples. A lot that I saw yesterday, some things, and don't take this the wrong way. I think a lot of these things were done out of ego for you more than the spouse that you're dealing with, okay? And I only say that because some of y'all spouses, some of the things I saw, I know y'all spouses, and it's like some of the things y'all did, it's like they don't even fuck with like that. They don't even deal with like. One person I will give a shout out to, like stuff like this is amazing to say. Alvina Conway, Alvina in red. What she did for her husband was, he's a barber, okay? And Valentine's Day came around. Do you know what this woman did for him? She went and got an entire billboard made. An entire billboard with his information, his picture, his name, his number, and where his location is at for him to get his business to go further. That was amazing because what you did was you put thought into the idea, you put thought into the gift, and it wasn't materialistic. It was something for his business to help him grow as a person and may help y'all family be better and bigger. down the long run, right? Down the long shot or long stretch. So stuff like that was dope. I like shout out to Alvina for that. If y'all don't know Alvina, I'm sure y'all do. But man, you got to see it. It's just great. I wish I had somebody love me like that. Like that was dope. Can't lie, that was very dope. But a lot of y'all were doing things that benefited you more than your partner. You know what I mean? And it's great and all because honestly, you know, Valentine's Day is for the women, right? We can say that it's mainly for the women. On Valentine's Day, they like chocolates, jewelry, flowers, right? We can get that going. And fellas, don't forget, we have one March 14th, which is Steak and Blowjob Day. So if you got her something for Valentine's Day, make sure you get your return investment on March 14th. Literally, because, you know, just Google men's Valentine's Day, and I guarantee you March 14th to pop up with Steak and Blowjob Day. But, fellas, we got our own Valentine's Day, and I think y'all all appreciate that. I know I do. Sorry, outside of that, though, you know what I mean? Outside of that, a lot of, how do I say it? A lot of y'all were more wanting to put on a show for social media than really do something for your spouse and partner. And that will create some issues. I think that your ego being there is because you want it to be like, wow. You want everybody else to say wow. But in all actuality, you should only want the person you're doing it for to say wow, right? That's the only acknowledgement you really need because it's the thought at the end of the day that counts. And I'm not sure why, when, or where, or how things got straight or messed up throughout that picture. But I don't know when we start being selfish in a relationship and start making it about us. It's not at all. It's always about the other person. When you're trying to do something nice for somebody, you have to take all selfishness out of it. It's not what you think they would like. It's what you know they would like. It's not because you think this red one looks better than the blue, which is their favorite color, so you want to get the red instead. That's not being selfless. Or, you know, that's being selfish, not selfless. And I think a lot of people did that yesterday. I think y'all showed y'all true colors by showing that you did a lot of things that would benefit you more so your partner with the gifts or ideas or things that y'all did for Valentine's Day. You know what I mean? To each his own, right? I'm not here to judge nobody for what they do or how they do it. All I'm saying is, with that being said, try to show more attention to your partner and what they like and what they may want. So that way it seems like an actual genuine gift. Because y'all were upset over some of the reactions, but it's like, why would I react to you telling me we having a threesome, but you bringing another man? Right? To me, that's like, oh, you just want two men to fuck you. You know, that's how it is. Like, I'm not saying it's wrong, because that's just what you want. But the excitement is going to come when you tell me that you wanted a threesome and you brought on another girl. Do you see the difference there? It's just like, that benefit was selflessly for me instead of you. I mean, unless you like girls too, then it was for both of us. Hey, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. But I don't like men, so, you know, that wasn't really going to benefit me. That didn't really bring it didn't appease me at all. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. But, hey, like I said, it's not wrong for you to want that, again, because y'all can do that as much as you want. It's a thing called polygyny. So if you look it up, you'll know what I'm talking about. But it's definitely possible, but just for lack of a better example, that's what I had to give you. And men, like y'all buying these girls purses and, you know, a car or maybe, you know, some jewelry, and she told you she just wanted to go to Applebee's. You doing that for you, for your ego. Like, oh, I got the money to do it, or I can do this, I can do that. When all she said is she wanted to go to the 2 for $25 menu at Applebee's, and you went and spent $10,000 when she ain't need you to. That was ego. That wasn't for her. That was for you. Simple as that. I'm not lying about that. It is what it is. But hey, right? Everybody is okay to have their ego, right? Wrong. You're okay to have it within reason, right? Your ego can fuck your relationship up. Then what? Now you have no relationship and left with an ego that's not keeping you warm at night. Huh? Oh, yeah, you heard me. Yeah, that's kind of how it goes. That ego can be a fucking disaster. You have to learn how to tame your ego. Most of the time, really. When you're in a relationship, you got to tame that motherfucker constantly. Men and women. I don't give a fuck which one it is. Both parties involved. All genders involved. Need to learn how to tame they goddamn... tame it before anything else. Because I'm telling y'all, man. It's ego. Ego can benefit you in the right ways, but using it the wrong way when you're with someone can taint y'all entire pool of what y'all got going on. I'm just being honest. One of the things I was actually asked to speak on today, there was a video going around. I don't know if y'all may have saw it, but the video pretty much there was a guy pretty much talking about how men build, women move in. And he pretty much said, he was explaining to the girl, he was like, have you ever been on a boat? And she said, yes, I have been on a boat before. I definitely have. So he told her, he said, okay, did you have to pay to get on the boat? She said, no, I was just invited. He said, see, you were invited and you didn't have to bring anything but yourself to be on the boat. But the men, they had to get the boat, they had to rent it, they had to get the alcohol, they had to get the pilot, they had to do it all just to get you on that boat, just for you to come out for free. And what he was trying to say to that was, he's not trying to throw it in her face. He's trying to let her know, like, men have to work harder, right? Men have to work for stuff like that. They can't just get and say, hey, I want to get on the boat and I don't got to pay nothing. It doesn't work out that way. And another way he said it was, he said she brought up her mom and how her mom, you know, was the breadwinner, and how her mom pretty much, like, she wouldn't date anybody that wasn't stable already. She wouldn't date anybody that didn't have their shit together, right? And the guy goes in and says, you're proving my point even more. What I'm trying to say is, a man will have it all together and he'd be okay with taking a woman and building her up from nothing, right? 9 times out of 10. Of course, there's that 1 time out of 10 where a man is like, no, I want you to have your shit together too. Like, it happens, but for the most part, a man is going to say, no, I can help you build. As to where her mom pretty much just said, a slap in the face, like, if you didn't have your shit together, she wasn't dealing with you. And he pointed out to her, like, why is it so that a man will sit up there and be willing to work with somebody from the ground up, but a woman feels like, if you want to work with me, you need to have your shit already built? And that's when he went and said, women move in, men build. And I was like, I get it. And I do agree that it is like that. But I think that, honestly, in this video, there wasn't really another perfect way to put it because of how the conversation went between him and the other woman. But what I do agree with, and I like how he did it, was he positioned it in a way without getting angry, without getting upset, without feeling disrespected, without feeling belittled. Like, he literally sat there and gave her a response to let her be known, like, listen, I get what you're trying to say, but I just want you to hear me for a second. You know, this is what it is. So shout out to him, because a lot of people, you know, when women keep trying to give you the runaround or, you know, the deflection, and like I say all the time, women have mastered the art of deflection. A lot of men tend to get irritated. They tend not to know where to go with their words. They get upset. They get frustrated. They kind of shut down sometimes. Or they just get really aggressive. And he didn't do any of those. He just calmly sat there and explained why he feels that way with a perfectly reasonable explanation to break it down for her until she got it. I commend stuff like that, and I commend stuff like that because a lot of people can't do that. A lot of people like to belittle you. They like to talk down on you and talk bad about you without giving you the right way to do something. And I love the fact that even though she pretty much tried to make him look like a fool, he was more so like, no, let me teach you something real quick. Let me give you this advice as to how we look at it versus let me just tear you down because you disrespected me, right? So I definitely love that. Now, another one is like if you know me, I've never had an issue with the fact that a woman makes more money than me. Like, I don't care if you make more money than me because I don't need you for your money. I make my own. Like, I pay my own bills. I take care of myself and my kids. I don't need your money. So no matter how much you make on a dollar, it's not going to be an issue for me. But you have some women that actually prey on men that they take care of. And what I mean by that is, let's say you've been dealing with a certain type of, as a woman, you've been dealing with a certain type of man all your life. The kind of man you deal with, not only does he sit up there and he listens to everything you say, he's a yes man, but it's because you're taking care of him, right? And you're so used to this man that you're taking care of so much that you don't even understand or think for the fact that that's the reason that you're able to, right? How do I say this? Because I think I just went in circles with that. Okay, for example, those are the men that you're used to dealing with, is that you can control because you take care of them or you take care of the household. You're the main provider. As to where me, you know, you can be the main provider all you want, but I'm still going to help pay bills. I'm still going to be on top of my shit. If I don't have my own already, and I either have my own or we going together. We're doing it together as a unit. So with me having my own, and you normally used to dealing with men that don't, you can't talk to me crazy. You can't feel like you got an attitude and just talk to me some kind of way because you want to. It don't work like that with a man like me. It's not gonna work because I'm gonna tell you, like, I don't give a fuck about the amount of money you make. I don't give a fuck if you got this nice house, a nice car. If you don't respect me as a person, I will leave you the fuck alone. Respectfully, I will leave you alone. Without a doubt, without an issue. And I've ran into a lot of women surprisingly like that. Like, and fellas, I'm going to put this one on y'all. Like, y'all making us look bad out here. You know, y'all want to be taken care of by a woman and chauffeured, and, you know, you want her to be your mama. And it's like, God damn, like, we providers. You know, we can do it ourselves. You know, you a man. Get up and get a job. Stop being lazy. Unless you have some serious condition that doesn't allow you to work, get up and get a job. Because I've ran into all of these women, and it's like they think they can talk to me crazy and talk to me to a certain type of way because of, and mind you, I'm only saying the men that they've dated because they talk about the men they've dated. They talk about how they had to always take care of it. They brag about how, oh, you got your own, you doing this, you don't need me for this, you don't need me for that. No, I don't. But because of all of those men that did need them for it, they want to talk to them certain ways. So y'all mad because a woman won't respect you, but give her something to respect. Because every single one of them, you talk to me bad and talk to me crazy, I go, peace out, bye-bye. They all have been on my line wanting to get a second round. But it don't work like that with me because I'm a man. You're not finna disrespect me because you feel like it. Because you're not used to the normal, especially when I try to de-escalate it right then and there to get it figured out and solved and taken care of. And you're just not trying to communicate or comprehend. I'm good. I don't have nothing else to say to you. I tried that road. I tried to fix it already. You weren't working with it. Remember, you said, fuck it. So now I'm moving on with my life. It is what it is. I'm not that dude where you had to give me $10 to go buy a blunt, you know, or you had to give me $20 to put in my gas tank, or you had to give me some money to eat for lunch that day. I'm not that dude. You're not finna talk to me crazy like I am. You're gonna respect me just like I respect you, right? You don't see me as a man throwing in your face, oh, well, I'm the provider. I'm the provider. You got to listen to me. You got to do this. You got to do that. I ain't doing all of that. I shouldn't have to. I have enough respect for me and you to where I can have this conversation like an adult. We can talk to each other with respect. Not the shade, not the disrespect, not none of that bullshit. We have it all going on here. I'm just saying. But again, to those women that are like that, like when you deal with a man and come across a man like me, I'm not finna play for none. I'm not finna fall for none of that shit. I don't give a fuck how sweet you are, how caring you may seem to be. The minute you start crossing boundaries like that and disrespecting me as a man without trying to let them be reconciled the same day, same night, same minute, and you want to come back days, weeks later to try to reconcile it and try to make it better, fuck you. Facts. Fuck you for real. It is what it is. Work on yourself. Learn discipline. Learn how to talk to people. Learn how to treat people. I'm not the one, or the two or three, is what y'all like to say. But you have women out there like that. I mean, again, and fellas, I'm putting that on y'all. Y'all out here letting these women take care of y'all and being the breadwinners or providers when you can get your ass up and get a job yourself. Stop fucking being lazy. Stop giving her a reason to talk to you like that. Stop giving her a reason to treat you like that. Because I guarantee you, the minute you show that you got boundaries, I guarantee it'll be a whole nother ball game. Whole nother ball game. But I feel like the same way as these ladies. How the fuck you gonna tell me how I need to cook and clean and you ain't even going to work? You sitting on the goddamn game all day playing 2K and Call of Duty, but you want me to cook after a long day of work? I'd be like these women talking to y'all the same motherfucking way. Get the fuck out of my face. But again, ladies, you're dealing with a man like me with that kind of attitude. You gonna be the one over there trying to figure out how you can fix it when it's too late. Hey, it is what it is. Make sure I got all of that going and down and taken care of. For the most part, I did, actually. I did. This other little topic here, I don't have enough time to get into it fully, so we will save that for next week for sure. Don't forget, next week. I do want you to tune in next week. Don't forget, everything with the business is up and running. I've got a website there created for you to schedule appointments, book appointments, reach out to me for inquiries, anything of the sort, anything of the nature. Don't forget that One Monopoly is back and better, baby. First show is March 8th at the Artifice Lounge. Again, it's One Monopoly LV. I hope to see y'all there. Eventbrite is live with tickets now, March 8th. 7 o'clock is when the doors open. Show starts at 7:30. Okay? So definitely go out and get y'all tickets. Come out and see me. I'm the best. I'm the host with the most. You know what I mean? Shout out to Elise. Again, shout out to my old co-host, the Maryland with Melanin. If y'all don't remember, Elisa Lane, the Maryland with Melanin. She actually gave me my first paid hosting job. And ever since then, it's just been a great rise in income from that side of the business to other things too. So shout out to Elise for that. I look forward to another year with One Monopoly LV. Keep it going, the host with the most. I like to do, I like to be. Definitely, again, now if y'all need to, please don't forget to follow me on all social networks. Don't forget on the Facebook page today, and it's Choose Your Character now is the Facebook page name. So CHOOZE, Choose Your Character. and you'll be able to see the QR code to get for all the other links. I've got the Square actually one on there now, so you can actually click the link from the bio to go from Square to book appointments and things like that. So don't forget to do that. Everything is Choose Your Character, CHOOZE. Choose Your Character. Your and character is spelled the right way. And you can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat. Anything you name, you got it, I got it. TikTok, Juss Quanni 23. But I look forward to the way this business is going to go and up and running, man. I can't wait that I got everything down, packed and good to go. But don't forget, you can also catch me next week on the hottest radio station on the planet, which is right here. Hot 702.5 FM. Don't forget the dot. I used to all the time. But you can catch me every Wednesday at 5 p.m. here live and well, giving y'all my opinions and my opinions only about situations I think y'all need to hear and y'all need to work on. Again, I'll catch y'all next Wednesday at 5 p.m. Peace, love, and hair grease. I'll see y'all next week.